Okay guys, this is my online tutorial or online micro teaching for TEL. What I'm going to do for you tonight is I'm going to talk you through the layout of Final Cut Pro. Final Cut Pro is a piece of video editing software that you guys all have available to you in the NRC computers. If you're not sure what computers it's available on, ask any of your IT consultants and they'll let you know. A couple of things we want to think about today is we want to first of all find out about Final Cut Pro. We want to look at the infrastructure of Final Cut Pro, and we want to learn how to import video footage for the first time. Now it's about, I started this about 6 minutes past midnight on Friday night, Saturday morning, so we'll get started. First things first, you open up Final Cut Pro. Now it won't open that quickly on your machines. I've previously opened it because it was taking forever to open because I'm recording this. Straight off, as you can see, we have 4 windows available to us. Okay, we have this window, which is called the browser. Okay, this window actually holds all your footage, your sequences, if you imported photographs, if you imported in music, and I'll show you all that later, but this is where it will be held, okay, in your bin here underneath your browser. Again, what we can see up here is you have duration. That'll tell you how long your clip is. If we set in and out points, which is a wee bit more complex than what we're actually doing today. Okay, so if I go across, this is your slug window, which we'll come back to, and this is your canvas window. Okay, your canvas window will show you everything that is on your timeline. Now if we scroll out again and if we look, our timeline, which is down here, is empty. Okay, so with 4 windows, with our browser, with our viewer, with our canvas, and with our timeline. Now these windows will make a lot more sense whenever I import some video footage. So to import anything in most programs that you get for a computer, you simply go up to File, and we're going to go Import, and I don't want to import a whole lot, so I'm going to import some files. Okay, I'm already on one of my hard drives. I have all my hard drives listed down here, as you can see, because outside of teaching I'm a video editor and run a couple of production companies. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 6 or 7 hard drives, probably about 1,000, or sorry, 10,000, 100,000 gig, somewhere in and around there. So I've got a lot of storage. Just going to go into Tourist here, and I'm going to scroll through, and I'm going to pick up a couple of clips. Okay, I'm going to bring them in. So as you can see now, I have some clips that are available over here in my browser. Now, the important thing whenever you're working on Final Cut Pro is to keep everything nice and tidy. So I want to put these inside a folder, and in Final Cut Pro a folder is called a bin. So I'm going to right click and simply go New Bin. You can see here the new bin appears. I'm going to rename that footage. Okay, now it looks like it's disappeared, but that's because I'm zoomed in. If I zoom out, you'll see that I have footage. I'm going to simply highlight all the clips. You can do that by just clicking and drawing around them, or you can do it like in most other programs as well, by clicking on it, holding in Shift and clicking on the bottom clip. I now just drag that into footage. Again, they look like they've disappeared, but if I click on the drop down arrow, you can see that I have my clips 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So if I double click on clip 1, it will appear here in my canvas, okay, or sorry, in my viewer. If I scroll in, you'll see it's here in my viewer. Now that noise that's been made is, if I play this, I can play the video footage. Okay, if I come over here and double click on shot 2, or shot 3, or shot 4, or shot 5, okay, this is all footage that we've been shooting for a tourist video of the North Coast that we're going to be putting together for the tourist board next summer. So we've got our clips. Okay, This window is still black. As I said at the very start, the reason why this window is still black is because this shows us what's on the timeline down here. Okay, so to put something on the timeline, I simply click on it, hold my mouse button in and drag it down. This window here, whenever it pops up, it's asking me for best performance. Your sequence and external video should be set to the format of the clips you're editing. Change sequence settings to match the clip settings. Basically what that means is there's lots of different cameras and you can shoot in high definition, 4K, standard definition, using those wee flip cameras. And what that's asking me to do is basically to set my sequence to the same parameters as my footage. So I just want to click yes. Now, you can see in this window that we now have my clip that I've clicked on has opened up. This window has the last clip I double clicked on here, so I double clicked on clip 5 here, which is this window, whereas this window is showing me what's on my timeline. These two do not need to be the same. So if I scroll back through this, you can see very quickly that I can cut or look at different sections of this. Now, I don't want to use the audio on this, so very quickly I'm just going to highlight it and I'm going to press Command and L. Command and L means that they're now two separate clips. The top line is your video in blue and the bottom line, two lines in green, are your audio. So I'm going to just simply delete my audio by pressing delete, and you can see now that I have a video clip. Okay, I want to use only one section of that video clip, so to cut this I simply press the key B on my keyboard, and as you can see, if I scroll in on my cursor, if I press B, it changes to what looks like a razor blade. Okay, so I'm simply going to go to the area that I want to cut, and again to the section that I want to cut, and you can now see whenever I go to both of those areas and press click, it gives me a cut, so it now has cut the clip into 3 sections. Okay, I'm simply going to press A for arrow. It's very self-explanatory. B for blade, A for arrow. I'm going to click on the first clip and I'm going to delete it. I'm going to click on the second clip and I'm going to delete it. This leaves me with this one clip. I want to move it back to the start of the timeline. To do that, I simply click on it and drag it back. Okay, I want to use this clip as well that we have up here. So I'm simply going to, as before, click on it and bring it down. Now, let's have this lady and her daughter walking across. So I want to start there. I press B for blade and I click, and I take them so they walk out of shot, and I press B again. I want to get rid of this first clip and the second clip. To do that, I click A for arrow and I click on it, backspace, click on it and backspace. Now you can see I have 2 clips. I can either drag this back or I can click on the gap and press backspace. This video still has its audio linked to it, so again I press Command and L, click on the audio and delete it. If we go back to the start and we have a watch of it, we will now see that very quickly we're doing a very basic edit. That is a very quick and short introduction to Final Cut Pro. Obviously with a piece of software like this, it takes a fair while to get used to it, but if you watch this video back several times, you'll be able to make standard cuts within 10 minutes of starting it. And to be honest with you, other than standard cuts and a couple of video transitions and a couple of audio transitions, you could, if you had the correct footage, edit a television program on it. So just to recap, we have learned what Final Cut Pro is. It's an online video editing software used by professionals and amateurs across the globe. We've learned what the 4 windows are. So we have our browser, our viewer, our canvas and our timeline. And we've also learned how to import clips by simply going File and Import, and then cutting those clips on a timeline using the buttons B and A and backspace. Thank you very much for listening, and that is the end of my presentation.